What should you avoid when you're putting your will together? What should you not do in a will? Number of things. First and foremost, in Arizona, if you want things to be easy for your family, you need to add a trust to it. That's just the reality. Arizona has so many retired, like senior citizens here that our laws are pretty rough if you don't have a trust that's done correctly and you just have a will. So the first thing I would avoid is assuming that that will is going to avoid probate. It's not going to avoid probate. And in fact, you're going to be subject to two probates, one during your life and one after your death. Just required in Arizona. If you become incapacitated and you need your spouse, your husband, or your wife, or you need an adult child or somebody else you trust to be able to pay your bills and deal with the finances and maybe even sell your house, like if you have to move to a nursing home or something, guess what? If all you have is a will, can't be done. Even a married couple can't do it. And then you've got to go to court, get court orders, and you'll spend 20, 30, 40, 50 grand in a living probate. So don't do that. A will does not avoid that. And then second, after death, a will has to be filed in probate, and you're just going to blow 20 grand and send this thing on a 12 to 18 month court process. It's just going to delay everything for the people you actually care about. So number one, don't assume it's going to avoid probate. A couple other things. I would definitely never, ever, ever, I don't care how much you trust them and how, if they're best friends, because I've been there when it's happened, I would never name two people as co-executors. It is always a bad idea. Imagine if we got two people named as president of the United States. How well would that work, right? You need one person in charge. They are accountable to everybody. They have to be transparent with everything they're doing, so everybody gets to see what's happening and gets to pipe up. Name one person. It's slower, it's more expensive, it's more painful if you name co-executors. Also, I would never be overly specific in your trust or your will. You're going to be specific. This person's in charge. Here's where I want things to go. You don't need to be overly specific. You don't need to list every item in your house and say, here's who gets everything. Okay. It's painful for you and it's painful for them. If you want a few things to go to specific people, designate those few things, but don't be overly specific. And also, you need to leave some room for flexibility so that your executor, your trustee, can deal with circumstances as it unfolds when you're not there. So they need to have some margin of flexibility about what to do. But the last thing I would never do is trust them to do everything that you want. No, it's not how it works. Do not ever tell somebody, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take care of Johnny this way. I want you to take care of Susie that way. I want you to give some money here and give some money there. And then not say that in your trust or your will. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just say those things in your trust. Give this much money here, give that much money there, this much money here, and say that's what you want. Just it's in the legal document. Otherwise, you are basically saying, I don't want you to give money here, don't want you to give money there, don't want you to give money there, don't want you to give money, because whether it happens or not, nobody can hold their feet to the fire. And look, if you say it and you put it in the document, everybody gets to breathe easy and sort of blame you, and you're gone. That's fine. But then they don't have to blame your trustee who's still there. And then your trustee isn't the bad guy. You don't want to make your trustee the bad guy or the bad girl. You don't want people blaming them. They're the one who's going to carry out these wishes. So just put it in the writing. Those are the things I would never do in a will.